Title: The First Step of 1,000 Miles. How a Small Coincidence Saved Me from Eternal Regret. The rain tapped softly against the glass, but the heavy silence inside the room felt deafening. I sat at my desk, staring at a blank email draft that I had been meaning to send for nearly 6 months. The cursor blinked rhythmically, mocking my endless hesitation. It was an application for a life-changing international fellowship, an opportunity that could have completely rewritten my career path. Every single day, I told myself the exact same lie. Tomorrow. I'll polish it up and send it tomorrow. Procrastination had become my comfortable, paralyzing shield. Whenever a big decision loomed, my default setting was delay. I always convinced myself that I needed more time, more preparation, and a safer moment to leap. Then came the coincidence that shattered my cycle of delay forever. It was a random Tuesday afternoon when my laptop suddenly crashed, freezing the screen right as I was browsing through social media instead of working on my application. Frustrated, I decided to step away and clear my head. I grabbed my jacket and walked down to a small, quiet neighborhood bookstore, a place I hadn't visited in years. As I browsed through the dusty shelves, my hand brushed against an old leather-bound notebook tucked away in a corner section. Out of pure curiosity, I pulled it out. It belonged to an old mentor of mine who had passed away a couple of years prior. Inside, on the very first page, written in his familiar, bold handwriting, was a quote that hit me like a physical blow. The greatest risk in life is not failing. It is standing still while time makes the decision for you. Hesitation is the thief of tomorrow. My breath caught in my throat. It felt as though he was speaking directly to me across time, calling me out for my cowardice. I looked down at my watch and suddenly remembered the fellowship deadline. My heart skipped a beat. Today was the final day. Not next week. Not tomorrow. Today. Panic surged through my veins, but this time, it wasn't the paralyzing kind. It was a jolt of pure adrenaline. I didn't walk back home. I ran. When I burst through my apartment door, my hands were shaking as I woke up the computer. The deadline was closing in with terrifying speed. Only 2 hours left. My mind screamed at me that it was too late, that rushing would only lead to mistakes. But for the first time in my life, I didn't listen to the voice of hesitation. I stopped overthinking, stopped editing every single word 10 times over, and hit send. 3 weeks later, an acceptance letter landed in my inbox. Sitting there staring at the screen, a wave of profound relief washed over me, mingled with a cold shiver of realization. If my laptop hadn't crashed that afternoon, if I hadn't gone to that specific bookstore, and if I hadn't opened that exact notebook, I would have let the deadline pass. I would have spent the rest of my life wondering what if, drowning in the heavy, agonizing weight of eternal regret. That small coincidence saved me from myself. It taught me a lesson I never forgot. The right time to make a crucial decision is never convenient, and perfection is just a disguise for fear. Life moves forward with or without you, and taking an imperfect step today is infinitely better than taking the perfect step tomorrow, because tomorrow might just be too late.